or should I say, top of the morning hours! Because today, this is a continuing on to my St. Patty's special, yes. And I have a few stories to tell about my life because apparently it's interesting to some or most. I don't really know. But I decided, if you could tell by the title, like, what? He humped a car? Yes, I did end up sexually molesting a vehicle. But here, there's actually a story behind this. I was in middle school, so you obviously know I'm making bad decisions by the end, by like the beginning of it. But I was in middle school, okay, and I was walking through the parking lot. Okay, I just got done drinking so much apple juice. I know apple juice shouldn't be a big thing, but okay, it's a big thing. But I know it should have been a big thing, but eventually I ended up drinking a ton of it, and I was walking through the parking lot of CGB thing, and there's this nice yellow car, and I just ran up to the hood and started humping it. I don't know why. It was my middle school years. It's very weird. But once I got done humping it, I looked up, and here's the twist. There was this bitch in the window staring at me because I didn't know there was somebody in the car. Okay, and she just has these big bold eyes, and she's looking at me like this. And I'm like, oh, hell, run. So I ran, and I heard her open her car door. She's like, get back here. I ran into a gym. And here's where it gets better, because this wasn't the end of it. Because after I got done sexually molesting her vehicle, I went to the gym, because this was during my basketball season. This was during a basketball game. And I got dressed, I look out at the crowd. Yes, the crowd. And in the crowd, I see this old bitch, and her face is just like this, and she's staring at me still. Like, she knew who I was. Sorry if my eyes look so big and white. I just got done doing the makeup challenge, and I'm not sure if I still have mascara on. But anyway, she gave me that look, and when I left, she was, like, walking towards me. So I sprinted around the building and walked out and went to the bus. And this is the story of the time I humped a car. Yes, that's kind of all there is to the story. But like I said in the, what do you call that? The title of this video, there's etc. because I just got bored and I want to tell some stories. So I was going through my list of text messages. Oh yes, you got to love my text messages. And this is the story, like an add-on to My Bitch Steve. As you may know, I did a video called My Bitch Steve, and it was about my ex-girlfriend, who I will not name. I've called her Steve, and I decided that I was dating her. We talked for hours, and then the bitch ended up fucking her brother, but that's a whole different story. If you want to check out the video over there, I'm not going to put it up here because I can't edit a live stream. But yes, she ended up having sex with her brother. But there's a part of the story I did not tell, okay? I'm going to be as brief and as least descriptive as possible out of fears of getting in trouble in this. So, yes, here we go. So, one day, when I first met her, I was gay. Now, I am bisexual that way, in case you wanted to know. But back then, full-on gay. If there was a man to pound, I was pounding it. Just kidding. Don't take that out of proportion, okay? Just in case it gets me in trouble, because there's some things I'm not allowed to say. But yes, I was full-on gay. I only want to admit. But I had an experiment. She was my experiment. Because I had two girls, actually, at the beginning of this. I had her, and I will just call her Jennifer, even though that's not her actual name. I just want to give it a name. And I was dating both of them to see how this would end up going, because I wanted to see if I liked women. And I know what you're thinking instantly. How do you know just by dating it? Well, personality-wise, I have a little bit of a strong connection. I'm like, ooh, your personality is so sexy. Let's fuck. But I didn't decide to do this time. I wanted to get real hard life facts information. So one day, I was on Snapchat with one of the girls, Steve, as you may know. And I was like, hey, you should show me, let's just say your arm. And she was like, okay. And legit, it was one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen. She had scars lined up all the way up to here. And I've only seen her wear long sleeve shirts, of course, but it looked so painful. And that's when I found out she was a cutter, let alone all that. I was like, oh. So I kept talking to her after that because I thought I could bring up some of the mood in this relationship, because negative attracts with a positive. But here's the thing about that. I'm a very pessimistic, like, soul. I look at the world like it's a bad place. But in this relationship, if I did that, I did not know where that was going to go. So in this one, I decided to be the optimistic one. The one that woke up in the morning, looked like she had 5 cups of coffee, and be like, yay, I love life. So today, well, that day on, all my conversations were just like equal and opposite at the same time. I would be talking to her and I'll be like, wow, this is a wonderful day we're having. And she'll be like, so I've been told. And I was like, wow, I met new friends today. And she said, I've been cutting myself. I was like, oh, I did not know how to turn this around because I kept talking to her. And the more and more I went on talking to her or discussing anything like this, I would end up getting these weird secrets. Like I said before, she had sex with her brother. That's one of the weird secrets. Another one. It just kept piling up. Like, darn it, what was it? She wrecked her car before into a dog and she drove away without telling anybody. Something like that. Also, that she used to be in a highly, let's say, heavily situated area. Yes. But besides that, she seemed fine. She looked great. Her personality wasn't the best, I will admit that. Like when we first met, she was like, oh, I love world, I paint, I listen to music, Little Peep is my favorite, boy. And I was like, god damn it. Then she turned dark and started having sex with her brother, and then I went left, right, and we ended up leaving. And that's the add-on to My Bitch Steve. Like I said, this is etc. because I got bored and I just wanted to tell stories. So, third story. Yes, third story. This is going to be about a man I dated, actually, who lived in the same area I did. I'm not giving away any names or areas, mainly because I want to keep out of trouble. Because most people don't know I do these videos. But, yeah. Sorry about that. Just vomited in my mouth a little bit. But that's alright. So, this story is about a man I dated. I will not name him by name, so I will just call him Don. No, not Don. That sounds too weird. Jeff. Jeff was this man I was dating, and he, was 18. And if you don't know much about me, I am, 16, moving on 17. I was 15 when I started dating him, and he was 18. So obviously this relationship was already weird as it was. But he was black as well. I'm not black, I'm sorry. Not trying to offend anybody. No. Afro-American, which is now the new, politically correct term. And I started dating him, and at first he was like, hey, I love you, you date so well. And then later on, legit, all he wanted was pics, let's say that. And every conversation I had with him was 3 seconds or less because it'd be like, hey, how's your day? Pretty good. You? I want to see you naked. Oh, alright. That was the first time he ever asked. That was how simple it was. And it kept going on and on and on, and eventually I had to find a reason to leave him, if you know what I mean. I had to leave this relationship because this guy is just ass. There's no other way to describe him than ass or ass hat, but he was one of the 5 asses, okay? And I was like, okay, how do I do this? And I'm not very good with breakups because like I said before, I'm not very good with human emotions. So he was like, hey, why did you not text me in these past 5 days? Out of my mind, I was like, find a situation. And I told him I broke up with him because he's black. And that wasn't exactly the best way to go, but it was a way to go nonetheless. And eventually, he was like, oh. And he said, are you racist? And then I just blocked him because I was sick of his shit. Alright, real quick though, taking a drink of my green strange mystery liquid. Could it be cocaine liquidated or could it be Mountain Dew? No. Bitch. Alright, so third story. How many stories have I told so far? God damn it. 4th, I think. I'm not exactly sure. This 4th one is going to be about me and my friend. Okay, let me start out this with, I will not name the liquid we were drinking, but this liquid was like, flooded. Just kidding. This is a story about my friend Aaron. Not Aaron. God damn it, what was his name? I can't remember. I'm just going to call him the Turkish Tornado because I don't know the actual term. And the time we got in real deep trouble. Okay, because there he was. Barbecue sauce on my titties. But we were walking around, okay? And we had a few shots of the strange liquid, okay? And we just kept walking and walking and walking to let it settle in and keep walking. But eventually we crossed the train track. And I'm not sure how the story went because I walked across the train track and the very next day I hear the story about two teenagers who crossed the train tracks while a train was about to pass and they wanted to find it out. I was like, oh fuck, was that me? Was that him? What the fuck? Me and the Turkish Tornado? Never! But for some reason that was an issue and I tried to find out why, but they had no information besides they were wearing two hoodies. And here's the thing, if you don't know anything about me, I wear hoodies not all the time, but when the weather's right, I will wear them a ton. Well, I mean, he wears it as well. Sorry, I keep showing my armpits. I didn't have, like, clothes that I actually put on because I'm tired. But, yeah, there was that. So, that was our fourth story, I think. Alright. So, fifth story, I actually don't know what to tell at this point because I kind of told all my interesting stories. I see that there's two people on at the moment. Does anybody want to ask anything before I go and ramble on about the next story or no? You just have to leave a comment. I'll see it. Tell me if you want to ask me anything at this point or if you just want me to tell another story. What I think. Oh, that's flat. God damn. Alright. I'm guessing since I haven't seen a comment or anything on the thing so far, you want me to continue with my stories. Great. Where to start? Alright. Just tell another story. Alright, story. You gotta love these stories. So, see, this is where it baffles me, because I don't think any of my stories are interesting till I tell them, because then I get told my stories are interesting. So, I know I talked about the play in the past, so let's talk about the play. Now that it's over, I can officially talk about what type of play it is and what happens. So, here I am in this play. If you watch my previous videos, you know I have this very disgusting bitch who is my wife. But I have my friends and it's great. And the entire time she is ruining it. Okay, let's just call this the she ruined the play kind of thing. The entire time she mumbles her lines and she's constantly quiet. So all you hear is this every time she talks and you can't understand her. She's always behind people. It is driving me nuts. Okay, so I went through a few options in my mind how to cure this or how to do anything about it. So I tried talking to her. Apparently didn't work. So eventually I was going to push her off the stage. But I guess that's not right to do. So eventually we just got done. And yeah. That's that story, basically. I'm running out of stories to tell. First YouTube video. There we go. Here's a good story. Alright, now imagine me, but like 7 years old and mildly autistic. And this is how you should picture this video. 7-year-old autistic me sitting down. My very first YouTube video was on a track phone. Yes, a fucking track phone. It was dinky. It's like this size. I think I might actually have it to show you guys. Bag of mysteries. Here it is. Hell yeah. No, this ain't my fucking track phone. Fuck you. Okay. I don't have it with me at the moment, but I did it on a dinky little track phone, okay? And this track phone, okay, the camera quality was shit. It's almost it's worse than this one right now, and you can barely see the details of my face, which I'm surprised you can't because I've been wearing makeup till a point where I just washed it off. I'm pretty sure I didn't get it all off. But, yes. 7-year-old autistic me. Why are we related? I want to die. I knew you were watching. Well, actually, I guess you were the other guy, but I guess not. But as I was saying, picture 7-year-old autistic me with a phone. Now, I wanted to start a video. So I decided to record on my little cool DS that was from like the fucking 80s or something like that. It was crazy. And I decided to record a cat game. Yes, I called it Paws and Bob's. I talked about it before. I have the description in my other video. I don't even know what that was called. But the entire time, I'm just brutally, verbally abusing the shit out of this cat. The entire time. And you wouldn't believe it. Like, I'm just calling it piece of shit. I tried to beat it in the video, but apparently I was too tired. And when I watched this thing, my voice was so high, and it was like this, and the entire time I'm like, fucking cat, I'm going to beat you. Because I couldn't speak English back then, apparently. I'm not even foreign, I'm from this fucking country. But for some reason, when I was trying to do this, I sounded like I was Russian or something, because every word was small. I break pieces up to story. And, yeah. So that's how my first YouTube channel video went. Next story. Hell yeah, next story. I don't even know if I got one to tell. Hell. Okay, this one will not be about me, but this will be an interesting story nonetheless, told through the eyes of your very own. This one is about my, let's say, guy who is about to be a big pain in my ass. Let's call him the Pert Turt, just because I like talking about the Pert Turt, and that seems like a reasonable name for the Pert Turt. Well, he dated one of my siblings. I will not name who or what, but the Pert Turt was an asshole, like in and out, and he drove me nuts. And the entire time he was doing it, he actually seemed relatable. He talked about video games all the time, and he talked about this, that, the other. Well, eventually he ended up doing some very bad things with somebody else, and I got very mad. I was about to bring his teeth in, but the thing is, I knew him for so long, you could never see it coming. This guy looked like the homeless guy that you spat on and he never wiped off the spit. That's what he kind of looked like. So you think to yourself, who would have sex with him? I'm trying not to cuss as much as possible. But who'd have sex with him? You wouldn't even picture it. And apparently somebody did, and it went very wrong. And instead of attacking him, I don't want to say that. I very much dislike him on Instagram. Let's just put it that way. And that will be the end of this special, mainly because I have nothing else to talk about, and you guys don't ask any questions as well. So, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And hashtag of the vid, yes, hashtag of the vid will be... what do you think the hashtag of the vid will be? There's still one more person here. Put down what you think it should be. We're waiting. We're waiting on you. You, right there. We're waiting on you to tell me what you think the hashtag of the vid would be. In case you don't know what the hashtag of the vid is, it's this thing. I put down hashtags at the end of all my videos, and I have legit a laundry list of hashtags written down. Alright. There we go. There's a good one. That would actually accurately describe this day for me. So, hashtag gang. There it is, written poorly because they stopped teaching me how to write after 2nd grade. And yes, I will see you all in the next one. Tell me if you enjoyed this live stream and other comments, because I'm not sure if this one will let you leave comments. And yes, bye.